Yeah, so today we're gonna talk about triggers.
Yeah.
You guys, join me here in my
Yeah.
little library.
Whoa.
So we
That's
guys
cool
got,
actually, Rabbi.
yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
We
very
got
cool.
Jake here. Say hi, Jake.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, from Texas, right? Texas.
Yes.
Oh, Texas.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I live here in Texas. I go to school, study computer science.
Mhm.
I wanted to do NoFap because I can feel the difference when I'm doing this challenge. I'm feeling much better. My life starts to look up. Um, yeah. Um,
Awesome. Awesome, man. I know it's kind of awkward, but let's do it. Let's hear it. It's pretty
oh
fun.
no, we'll do
No problem. And let's go to Farron. Farron, can you tell
Farhan.
us a little bit,
Yeah.
Farhan, can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. My name is Farhan. I am from Indonesia actually. I am from
Indonesia.
Yogyakarta.
Awesome, awesome.
Yogyakarta, Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now 20 years old. I'm
Mm.
studying medical science actually. Medical science.
Medical science. Cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing this NoFap because, I'm really getting bored of this, addictions, if
Mm-hmm.
these phone addictions. Like, it's already my day 19, actually, my day 19. It's already
That's
my
cool.
9. And I've been really like, I just feel like I'm really like a trash. Like, I'm really trash with myself after phone addictions. And I really want to start going better, actually. So
Okay.
I joined this and I feel much better right now. That's it.
Yeah, I saw your blog.
Yeah.
You're having more progress. As the days
Yeah.
go. So that's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
really
So
updated actually.
yeah, yeah, man.
I
You
just
have your
really
daily
want.
blog and you're having progress. So feel proud of you, man. Feel proud.
Yes, thanks, man.
Yeah. And also, Jake, you're doing your like videos and stuff, right?
Yeah, you know what? I recorded another video yesterday and I looked
Awesome.
over it and I can tell I wasn't very confident when I was doing it.
No
I
problem.
looked over it. There was a lot to talk about,
Mm,
I pulled out 15 minutes, I think.
no problem. No problem.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, yesterday was a very rough day, honestly. I think you saw a
Same
couple
here.
of messages on KIK or something. Um, I just I felt the urge, and I was very confident until day 19 and 20.
Hmm.
But I just had to kind of fight it off. It was much harder to fight it off. So
Hmm.
um, sometimes the motivation just goes away, and you
Hmm.
don't realize the reasons you're doing it, and
Hmm.
um, you know,
Yeah,
so
you get to
Yeah,
slip, right?
it's
you forget
Yeah,
why you're doing this challenge, and it's like you don't care for 1 second, but really you just have to take yourself out of that place and
hmm,
do something else, I guess.
exactly. And so, I want to talk about a couple of things, with you guys. And one of them is also like, of course there's going to be triggers, but also why we're doing this challenge, the reasons behind it. For me, it was like, I was wasting too much time and there was like this ideal self, I wanted to strive for. But I was always catching myself just wasting like 4 to 5 hours of watching porn every day, getting low energy and not focusing on things I wanted to accomplish. So that was like one of the key, things that I was like, what the hell am I doing online? That
yeah,
was the
yeah.
thing for me. So yeah, I was wondering
Yeah, I
like
feel it
what
actually.
your reasons for the NoFap challenge is. Farron, can you tell us a little bit about what are some of the reasons like you have of trying this challenge?
Yeah, I just want to feel a better person. Like, I feel like during these phone addictions, my friend really hates me. Like, I feel really away from my friends, and
Hmm.
I feel really like kind of like you know, my brain is not working well after since porn addiction. So I just like, oh my God, I've been doing wrong the whole life. So I quit. I try to quit right now. That's it.
Oh, oh man, I feel you, man. I feel you. So you
Yeah.
wanted to like keep changing, try
Yeah.
to, stop porn addiction, and I think these reasons are, we gotta keep reminding ourselves of these reasons, right?
Yes.
Because it's so hard. It's so hard.
So hard.
And everyone's reasons are different. Some people
Yeah.
they can do it because of their background, they want to change their habits, maybe productivity, or
Yeah, of
of
course.
course, some people have religious reasons. Jake, you wanna tell us about your reasons of trying the NoFap challenge?
Ah, yes. Well, I think we all know it helps my memory, and I'm in school, and I really want to you know do good in school, and you know when when I'm busy doing this addiction, I'm normally first, I'm feeling ashamed of myself,
Hmm.
feeling guilty, can't really look people at their eyes and face and not like I'm not guilty for some reason. I just in the back of my head I'm always thinking like there's something wrong with me, and I try to avoid relationships, avoid conversations. It's just not me. That's not who I want to be. I want to be a successful man, and um, just not have to worry about these things. Honestly, yeah. Like you were saying, also energy and time.
Hmm.
I feel much more energy when I'm on this challenge. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, it's about all the reasons I can think. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Like the energy level, it's really different. And also, I felt that way of, having, every time I talk with women, I felt a little bit of guilt because in the back of my head, I was always, trying to, I was unconsciously matching them with like the porn image or the
Yeah.
videos I always thought. And, these were my friends who were girls. And, in the back of my head, I was thinking, those images all the time.
Yeah.
And that was not who I was. I was not like, hey, I'm not that person, like in my mind, but unconsciously it just kept coming out. So I felt like less confident and a little bit more shyer, and I think those things pretty much happened to me as well. Yeah, and
It's
we have
just you're a
another.
completely different person. You're
Yeah.
just not
Mhm.
you're not being yourself. You're um, avoiding reality, should I say? You're just trying to cope with stuff, I guess, cope with stress. Things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so much, pressure sometimes, and with reality, and you just kind of just let go sometimes, right? You just let go and
Yeah.
flip. That pretty much happens a lot, especially when I'm like alone in my room at night and it's dark and I get bored. I think that's kind of one of my biggest triggers: boredom and also
Yes.
loneliness.
Everything. You
Hmm.
are actually.
Yeah, fair enough. What kind of triggers do you have? Hmm.
Um,
Uh,
I relate to you guys. Loneliness is one of them.
Hmm.
yes.
Stress, sometimes I don't think about it, but when I'm on this challenge, I get mad easier. Um, you know,
Hmm.
Sometimes it feels like nothing's going right, and you just like, um, it just, you know, things not going the way you want it to go,
Hmm.
and you kind of can't control all this pressure that you can't really tell people you're on this challenge sometimes, and you just, at
Yeah,
least for myself, I don't normally speak this in public.
me
I
neither.
keep it,
Mhm.
I don't
Only
know,
on my
maybe
videos, I
one.
guess.
Videos I'm fine, I'm just trying to open up a little bit to the community and everyone else who relates to this challenge. But Yeah, loneliness is the biggest one, and my mind.
Your mind.
Sometimes my mind just makes up these images. I don't know about you guys, but I've been struggling with this thing for I don't know since I was 12, 11 or something. So it's
Oh, same here.
over
Same,
10
man.
years. So it's
Oh,
like I brought an example in our group. If you play football for 10 years and all of a
Hmm.
sudden you stop playing, you're just feeling really awkward because your body naturally wants to go play football again.
Exactly.
Same thing applies to this thing. My mind. There's a lot of information collected from us just watching a lot of videos of porn,
Uh,
and for me it gets my mind knows I'm in this challenge, and sometimes I get images in my head of you know sex scenes, and
uh,
it's not
yeah,
comfortable because you're like go away and um,
they're like always there, right? Like,
always there.
mhm. Especially
yeah.
when I was like, I was, pretty much I got into porn when I was like 11 years old, and I
Oh,
remember like my first images, I was just clicking at and just watching, and they're pretty much ingrained, especially if seen that in a very young age, I think. Um, I think, Farron, you're in medical studies. Like,
yes.
can you tell us like when the brain is fully functioned for you know, adult? Like, I think it was like 28 or something, right?
No, no, I don't
Like
think it's
brain?
28. Like, yeah, I think about 20 or something. I forgot
Oh
actually.
yeah, 20 or
22,
something, right?
23.
Yeah. So at 11 years old, the brain is not totally functioned, right? It's not
Yes.
totally grown. So
Yeah, I
when
know.
we're young, we have those images imprinted in our mind. I
Yeah,
don't think it's that healthy for us. What's
I
your
think
thoughts,
so.
Farron? Mhm.
I also think the same. I feel related to you guys. Like, actually, I was really hate to porn. I used to hate porn before my friend introduced me. Like, my
Mhm.
friend tried to push me about porn. Like,
Mhm.
they just try this.
Mhm.
And I tried this at once, and I was like, damn, this is really good. But
Yeah.
I really like it, and I started thinking about it. Like, for
Just
five
kept
years until
going in your
now.
mind.
Yeah, going in mind for 5 years, and you know, I just keep like, the crazy thing is like, because my very first trigger is also loneliness, like
Mhm.
loneliness, same as you
Yeah.
guys, and the boredom and some stress. Like, I just got stressed 2 days ago, and
Schoolwork, right? Schoolwork.
what? Yeah, kind of like
School,
that.
homework. Yeah, studying. Yeah.
Kind of like that actually. Like, I just got stressed 2 days ago,
Hmm.
and you know, it's really hard because like I didn't know what to do like until now.
Hmm.
I think like my biggest stress is like loneliness, stress, and boredom. That's it. I think.
Well, yeah. I think that's pretty much very similar, right?
Similar
And
with
yeah, I posted this on a
correct.
Facebook like blog post long ago, and it was like a TED talk about everything you know about addiction is wrong. I
Yeah.
wonder if you guys seen the TED talk. Maybe I'll share the link somewhere.
Ten
Um,
talk. What?
yeah. So there's a TEDx talk.
Oh, 10x. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
about
You know
what
what?
you know about addiction is wrong. I'll share the link with you guys later on. But
Yeah.
basically
Okay.
what it says is if there's other like fun stuff to do other than the addiction, you're not going to be addicted. Yeah, because
What?
they've fed heroin to mice and addictive water and like just natural water. And what they found out is if there's nothing to do, the mice feed on the heroin like water, the addiction. But if there are like other mice around and like a playground and stuff to do, the mice rarely drink the addictive water, the heroin water. They drink the clear water. So maybe the environment we built around ourselves, maybe that might be the problem rather than just the addiction. And we have another watching guy. BE. Can you tell us about yourself? You're in the car,
Yeah, yeah.
I think. Hey, how's it
Hello.
going? Nice to meet you.
Hello. My English is
Hello.
not so good.
Oh
No
yeah.
problem, man. No
Cool.
problem.
I'm cool, man. Fine.
Can you introduce yourself? Are you from like where
Uh,
are you from?
I'm
Curious.
yeah, I'm from India.
Awesome.
I am 25 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
I
All right.
started NoFap Challenge in 2014 March.
Wow.
14. Okay.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Was too lonely to started.
What?
I
Hmm.
watched your videos on YouTube and got
Thanks,
inspired
man.
from you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Wow.
I guess you're in the Battle Goal app too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool. Cool. Can you tell us your first name?
Swapnil.
Basically. Somnil. Somnil.
Swapnil. Yes, from
Somnil.
India.
Ah, awesome. Somnil. I hope I got that pronunciation right. I'm pretty bad at names.
Yeah, some error
Somnil.
is there.
Ah, welcome. Welcome, man.
Okay.
Welcome. Hmm. So we're
Yes.
talking about triggers. So I guess one of your triggers is also loneliness and
Yeah.
boredom, right?
Yeah. Loneliness and
Okay.
stress.
Loneliness and stress.
Yes.
Oh, man. It's pretty hard. So I guess it's like the four of us, we're here together, and as long as we're together, we're less lonely, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've kind of built the Battle Goal app, so you can sort of like be a little bit less lonely and find people who want to, achieve this goal of becoming a little bit better every day.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so,
Um,
mhm.
Albert,
Yeah.
I know like you're more experienced than us, I think, with how far you can go.
Mhm.
So what has been working? Do you still
Yeah.
uh, you know deal with? I'm assuming I think you told me the other day that you
Mhm.
still deal with urges coming up and
Yeah,
uh,
definitely.
you know how
Uh,
are you trying something else that's been working or
yeah. Hmm. So like the keys, like kind of like the know-hows, I've kind of accumulated during the years, right? Like what's been
Yeah.
working, what doesn't work, stuff like that.
yeah.
All right. All right. So actually, I wrote them down today. Let me share a couple with you guys. This is actually I'm making like a 90-day program,
Oh,
and
it's like a diary.
yeah, it's gonna be a video set of about 9 videos, and they're gonna be like I think 20 to something minutes long per video. This is like a secret project I've been doing, and to actually, I'm going to only share this with you four guys.
Secret actually.
Hopefully, like not much of it leaks because we've been talking here for a while. No one will see.
Everyone
Yeah.
will see actually
Yeah.
afterwards.
So these are the 9 ideas. They're let me get them up. So first of all is of course the three parts you're probably gonna know, the 3 out of the 9, and the rest of the 6. I'm not really sure people know much about it, but here's the first 3. So finding the triggers, of course, that's number 1. We've talked about triggers,
Yeah.
and yeah, and the basic triggers mostly is like loneliness, boredom, and stress. I think
Yeah.
those are the 3 main key triggers we have, right?
Yeah.
And the second part, I think, is to after finding the triggers, write them down. Of course, I normally keep a journal like this. Like I put everything in, like when I feel the urges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know, like right after this hangout, I'm gonna shut down my computer and just go to sleep. That's pretty much
Same
it,
here.
because anything more,
We too.
I'm definitely gonna slip.
The same here actually.
It's like standard. You never trust yourself enough around those triggers. Never trust around those triggers. And one of the things is,
Yes.
being in my room alone, and another one is being late at night, turning the computer on. You're
Yeah,
definitely
of
gonna
course.
slip. Yeah, you guys don't slip in the morning, right?
No, no. Why?
mostly
No,
slip at
no, no.
night, I can guess. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
at night.
yeah, finding the triggers and
Mm.
no, just go to sleep right away. You don't need to like, stay on the computer late because
Yeah,
I
of
know
course, man.
like 100% I'm gonna slip. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
after, finding the triggers, the reason why there is a counter is the second idea is, measure yourself. You kind of want to see how far you go sometimes. There's people who don't want the day counter because they feel like it's going to make me focus too much on just the fapping part. If I because I wonder if you heard about how they teach you how to do race cars. Have you guys heard about the story? Like race car training.
No, what is
No, no,
it?
no. No,
So
no,
so
actually.
the thing is, when they have there's an instructor and there's like a student, right? So the instructor has a button you can pound, and the car goes out of control while in the race. So they get this spin car, and the instructor says to the student, "Hey, they say, I'm going to press this button sometime while we're driving." And as soon as the instructor presses the button, it spins out of control. They actually throw the head of the student to where the road is, but the student wants to look at the wall. They want to like feel their death, see the time of their death while they ram into the wall. But when the instructor throws the head toward the road and makes the student focus on the road, the car automatically like turns. The student like steers the wheel right away. So it's like more about focus sometimes, to where you want to go than where you don't want to go. And there are like certain like poles in the middle of the desert, and this one pole has so many crashes because it's all the driver thinks about. So if you guys have like a counter and trying to no fab, no fab, no fab, the idea is that you're going to think about fapping more than you should.
Yeah.
But
I'm-
you know, my idea is, of course, you want to focus on having a better life, health, wealth, and relationships. You gotta keep focusing on the road you want to go. But if you don't measure yourself in the beginning of NoFap, you don't know if you're really making progress or not, whether you're facing your triggers the right way. So that's kind of my take on it. So in the beginning, I want to tell you guys to, of course, focus on your road, but you want to measure yourself, want to see how long the streaks are. For me, the longest in the beginning was like 3 days. Like 3 days and, I slipped. And the more I wrote down my triggers, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna turn on the computer at night anymore. I was like that after that. So that's my second reason. And the third is building mindfulness and awakeness. I think I don't want to go too like deep into these, so I'm going to give you like the general ideas of the rest of the six. So loneliness, is why you slip is the fourth thing. So through the fourth thing, I'm going to talk about social circles, getting dates, making a girlfriend or boyfriend or
Yeah,
whatever.
man.
And the
Thanks.
fifth, yeah, definitely, relationships are really important, and it's much easier if you have a girlfriend, guys. I'm gonna say that
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
much easier if you have a girlfriend. Someone, not just sexually, but I mean, having someone there as like a supporter. I mean, that's huge. So I'm gonna
You have
talk
a
about
girlfriend, right?
that. hmm
yeah, yeah.
And of course, you guys might be interested in pickup and stuff like that, but instead of like one night stand and stuff, I want you guys to have emotional support. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about, building someone you can trust and building trust and five love languages, like books and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Albert,
Uh-huh.
um, you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
dating like 2 years now.
Wow.
Oh, okay. And it
Great,
helps
man.
you out, right?
It pretty much helped me out. Even when I was like long distance relationship, it
Wow.
pretty much helped me out. So
Okay.
even
I'm so
even when you're far
jealous.
away for like a year and a half, I had like nowhere to like release my sexual energy or anywhere. I worked out like for a whole year, but still the emotional support was there, so that's why I didn't
Wow.
have to go on porn.
No.
Do you guys openly discuss your like no fab problem, or do you just keep it to yourself when you're talking
Ah,
with your girlfriend?
well, like it's all over YouTube, right? So
Okay.
there is no like
Proceed, bro.
choice, man. There's no choice. I gotta be honest with everything with
Yeah.
my relationships, and and I think for I don't know if it's true or not, but I kind of try to be like myself all the time. Um, it's like just the thing I just want to try to push myself to do because it kind of I think it sort of attracts the similar people. And there's gonna be like I have a lot of hate mail as well. I have a lot of hateful comments sometimes, but
Yeah.
if I show myself, those people won't be in my life anymore, right? If you guys are yourself all the time with the relationships or people you want, I think it like attracts like somehow.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about that a little later. 6 ideas, raise your standards. Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. Seventh idea, the seventh video, I'm going to talk about addict yourself to better habits. I'm going to show you guys how to do that very easily as well. Eighth one is thrive. I'm going to talk about health, wealth, and relationships, how to kind of change that all together, but these are not my words. I'm going to talk about, let me see. Whoa, I got a lot of books here. So,
Wow.
these types of books, 7 Habits, um,
Yes.
and a lot of references for you guys. And the ninth, the final video is going to be about helping others to keep being motivated. The reason why I'm building these Google Hangouts, YouTube, and Battle Google app is, if I don't keep helping people, I'm never going to be motivated to keep
Yeah.
being in the no-fap habit.
Understand you.
Yes. It's
So
really helpful.
it's about, definitely. I still wanna. I'm not doing this for like money or anything, gaining or anything. Because actually, I'm losing money on my like Battle collab right now with server fees and stuff. But the thing is, if I don't keep helping people, I know I'm gonna slip. I know I'm not gonna be motivated enough, and
Yeah.
I think life is about fulfillment, growth and contribution. So
Yeah,
that's
man.
kind of gonna be my biggest video, the ninth video set. So I'll let you guys know when it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it's gonna
Thanks
take
for your
time.
last video, by the way. I
No problem, man. No problem.
answered my question.
Cool, cool. So you guys have other questions like Farron or you guys any
um,
questions you guys want to ask?
yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Farhan, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and ask mine.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You good?
Um,
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
so I know after doing this challenge, we are trying to, if we're staying away from, this addiction,
Mm-hmm.
we have to channel our energy to do something else.
Definitely.
So I haven't been very successful in doing that lately.
Okay.
The only thing that has changed is, yeah, I'm feeling more energy, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not channeling that energy anywhere else. I do work out from, every other day or so.
Okay.
Um, but like for example, you're being very creative with your stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
making videos and programming and creating apps,
Mm-hmm.
modifying them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how can you make something else more interesting? Um, because most of the time, I mean, I am busy with school, but sometimes I have free time and I just don't do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, how did that happen to you to make the transition from, you know, letting go of the habit, but also acquiring a new one by channeling the sexual energy?
So channeling the sexual energy, like the steps on how I did it, right?
Yes,
Oh.
and like the places you pick to do it, I feel like it's important so that you're not constantly thinking about nofap, also you have this place that encourages you. Like, some of your videos are in the parks,
Hmm.
in the hiking trails. I love that. And sometimes you do some kind of kung fu, I think, or martial arts, and I feel like that also helps you channel your energy somewhere else. That
Hmm.
kind of helps you. What should I say? Just enjoy your free leisure time.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of it's a very interesting thing because, of course, Napoleon Hill. If you probably heard about him with, his sexual transmutation in his book Think and Grow Rich. I think that's kind of where I got the idea.
Who is the
Uh,
author? Sorry.
Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, yeah, right,
Uh,
right,
yeah,
right.
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill.
Yep. He talks about in his book Think and Grow Rich. He talks about
Oh,
channeling your sexual energy, and of course, I've got my like kung fu stuff. I'm kind of like an enthusiast of ninja stuff, and it's pretty fun hobby, man. It's pretty cool. And also have like if you see here, I have like my cash flow game. I'm really interested in also like Robert Kiyosaki and self-help books. You gotta find what you're really passionate about. I think
yes.
that's like the first key. If you want to sexually transmute your energy to something really exciting, make you pumped up, and you wake every morning just thinking about that thing, and it shouldn't be porn. It used to be porn
Yeah.
for me. What other image can I see, put in my hard drive, store for later, and fap to? That was my drive since I was 11 years old, and I think it was my first self-help book was Seven Habits of the Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. That book kind of changed my life. Um, it was given to my mother, and there's like a big story behind it. But after reading that book 2 years, I was like the worst student to like number one in like the whole school because I tried to find something what I was really passionate about, and I kept striving. And I want to ask you guys what you're passionate about, uh, but just to give you an answer, you gotta know your visa, your vision, interests, skills, and ambitions. After you find those four things, vision, interest, skills, and ambitions, you get to know what your passion. So everyone has interests. Me, like I'm a ninja enthusiast, kind of self-help enthusiast. I love building things, coding. Can I ask what you guys are interested in? Can we start with Farron? Farron, what are you interested in?
Yeah, man. I actually don't know how I interest, but I'm mostly interested with music actually. Like, I've
Music.
been listening with music a lot of times, like, like J-pop, like some like K-pop, hip-hop, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, AK-47, right? You talked about that.
AKB though.
AKB-to.
Oh, is
Okay.
that what is that?
Different one, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. We have a lot of K-pop enthusiasts like here in Korea. It's
No, no, no.
crazy, but it's
Indonesian
a
also
lot of
have lots
fun.
of K-pop actually. Indonesian lots
Uh,
of K-pop
yeah,
enthusiasts.
exactly. Psy
And
Psy was one of my favorite too. Yeah,
what?
Psy
What?
Psy.
Psy,
The guy
oh,
with Gangnam
Gangnam
Style. That
Style.
that one that one guy is one crazy guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gangnam Style. I also have an interest with, writing. That's why I do blog. That's why I did
Oh
blogging
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, you're really enthusiastic with blogs. I've seen them.
But yeah, because actually, before I made the blog about my porn quiz, I also made a blog about health. But
Oh,
it's not in English. It's in Indonesian actually. It's not in English. And
cool, cool.
I also somehow have an enthusiasm in like some browsing stuff like some YouTube, but this is why I get into porn actually. But right now I change it like I burst into some funny videos like some funny YouTube videos and stuff.
Mhm.
I also have enthusiasm in reading, of course, but not the whole, but like reading like medical books and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Like funny videos. They're pretty
Yeah.
fun. I don't want to watch them at night, but every time I have some time. Mostly for me, it's like cat videos.
Sometimes when I get the urge, sometimes when I get the urge, I watch funny videos actually. That
Okay.
will help me. That helps me a lot.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That helps me.
Ah,
I guess.
and also, our Indian friend, Sta, man, I'm really bad at words.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like reading most.
reading.
I read all the regional books in India.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That interest me too much. They are spiritual books.
Mm-hmm.
They give inspiration to live the life.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
then I work too. I like my work.
Cool. What kind
Well,
of work do you
Uh, I work as a civil engineer.
Civil
ooh,
engineer.
great.
Cool.
So I am passionate about my work. So that gives me a satisfaction,
Oh,
completeness.
great.
Which part of India are you from? Are you from Mumbai or?
India, Mumbai, right? Mumbai.
That's cool. That's cool. I have a couple of
Yeah.
friends from there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then I exercise too.
Exercising.
Yeah,
Nice.
that relieves my brain. That dopamine that released in
Yeah.
my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know it.
uh, that helps me exercise
Mm-hmm. Ah,
overcome brain.
cool, cool. What kind of exercises do you do? What kind of workouts?
Just normal workouts, dumbbells,
Mm-hmm.
Surya Namaskars,
Dumbbells.
yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
yogas.
Yoga, nice.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta try yoga sometime. It's like a pretty good place to work out.
I never tried yoga
Yeah,
actually. That's great.
Hmm. Definitely.
I go in the morning for jogging in the nature. There is
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I used to actually.
Yeah, I mean nature, definitely.
uh,
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
also,
It helps me to overcome porn addiction.
yeah, I mean, being mindful and, walking through nature and just
Yeah.
meditation, I think that's pretty much one of the best ways to, build your frontal cortex,
Yeah.
front part of
Yeah.
your brain become
Yeah.
more mindful, right?
Front.
In that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for the info.
Yeah, man.
And
Great.
also, Jake, can you tell us a little bit more about your like interests or ambitions or things yeah,
Yeah.
make you wake up in the morning?
Uh, I'll be honest. I'm still trying to figure it out. What's my passion and what do I enjoy doing and stuff. Um, it sounds like I enjoy programming, although I haven't. My biggest challenge is I don't want to be lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to just be more active and be able to actually pursue my habits, pursue my passions,
Mm-hmm.
the interesting things I want to do.
Okay.
But lately, I've been just trying to work out. I enjoy that. Hanging out with friends sometimes. I'm actually doing this. Have you heard of P90X?
Oh yeah, I think that's like the workout program, right?
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
they have a modified version for people who have like some back pain.
Okay.
So
Ah.
I'm trying to do that. I just wanted to share.
Cool,
It's
cool.
this one.
Oh, nice, nice.
Wow.
It's called Pio.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Um,
Oh.
I know there's a girl in the
Be
front.
careful.
Kind of hard to work out sometimes. I'll be
No
honest,
problem, man.
but
No problem.
Careful. Be
um,
careful.
there's three CDs inside, and there's like a
Mm-hmm.
meal plan that you can follow.
Meal
Because
plan.
I believe. Oh, you know what? I love eating good food. That's one of my really. I don't know if that's a passion.
Yeah,
I see a
that is
couple
a
of TV
passion,
shows that they
I love
travel
to
and
cook.
eat.
Mm-hmm.
I love Chinese food. I
Yeah.
actually know how to make a couple of dishes, like
Oh,
stir-fried
that's awesome.
noodles. I do that on the side from time to time.
Man, that's the best. Yeah,
I
stir fry. No, I just
haven't.
had spaghetti today.
Oh, okay, spaghetti is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Um, but I have a friend. he's from China, and he helps me out with a lot of stuff with my personal life.
Oh,
He I pretty much discuss anything I want with him, and actually he's the one who taught me how to make the noodle dish. He knows how to make the authentic stuff.
that's awesome.
I love success. I don't know if this is an interest or a passion, but I
That,
really want to be successful in life, and
Yeah.
like you were, I'm kind of inspired. Help people, make videos, and be able to reach out with a message that I feel like maybe some people who didn't have as much of a struggle with NoFap,
hmm
but more recently, they just picked up this habit when they're like 18, 19.
hmm
Those people tend to
Yeah.
not struggle with this habit as much because it doesn't really affect them. But if
Yeah.
you started when you're like 11 or 10,
hmm
and it's much big part of your life that
Yeah.
that you're trying to change. So hopefully there's something that we can learn, me and all you guys, and be able to share so that people can use it. Staying accountable is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Phone.
hmm Definitely, definitely. Especially like, it's like I think for me too. Like most of the people that really struggle with NoFap, they're probably not going to be people who've seen porn for like a year or like a couple of months or something. I think it's gonna pretty much stick with people who've seen it very young age, like us, right? Yeah. So,
yes.
but
Right. Right.
thanks for the support, man. Thanks, Jake. Um.
While in the subject, maybe I can ask you. I tried meditating, but
hmm
it's very boring. I don't know how you go about
Yeah.
doing
It's
it.
like it's like really boring, right? You're not doing anything. You're
Yeah.
just trying to stay awake. You focus on your breathing and you breathe out. That's there. I think there's like certain different types of meditations, but I think the point is just to try to stay awake, be conscious of your thoughts, and then your mind drifts off. You try to pull it back again and be present again, and then you go on to the future or something. You get worried about that test tomorrow. Pull it back again. And it's just like dumbbells and barbells, right? It's super boring. Even if you listen to
Yeah.
music and work out, it's building your biceps and stuff. It's still boring. But I think it's just trying to build that
Yes.
discipline, build that willpower, and focus. That's pretty much the key thing. And how many of you guys like as soon as you lay down on bed, just fall asleep? It's pretty hard, right?
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, but when you lay down and you start meditating and try to focus yourself to go to sleep, I think it's gonna get much more easier.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like try 5 minutes a day meditation. Try to be present. I normally do a timer to see how much I can meditate before going on through the time, but the most I can do pretty much is like I think really focused meditation with no thoughts and just staying present. Like the longest streak is like 20 minutes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I
That's good
mean,
actually.
some monks, they do it like hours straight and stuff. Crazy.
Yeah.
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 hmm And I think it was like somewhere I read a book, audio book recently called The Wisdom of Psychopaths. It's kind of strange thing, but they did this experiment with psychopaths and with like Buddhist monks who are really strong in like the mindful habit. And they found out, I think it was, maybe I read it wrongly or something, it was audiobooks, but they both could pass the lie detector test without, even when lying. When they said a straight out lie, they could pass the lie detector test and like
Yeah.
stay still. It was crazy. So, ah,
Wow.
yeah. The
That's
things you
pretty
can do
powerful.
when you have a very strong frontal cortex, you can change
Yeah.
biology, you can change your heart rate, and
Yeah.
whatever you want. I'm not that high yet, but hopefully I get there. Hopefully I get there. So,
Yeah.
Jake,
Yeah.
how's it going with like other things in your life? Like, are you thinking about, doing more meditation in the morning, or what are some of your goals? Mhm.
Um, the goals, yeah, definitely have. Um, yeah, hopefully I can integrate some 5 minutes of meditation per day.
Mhm.
Another thing is I'm hoping I can find friends that enjoy programming so that I can do it together. I wanted to ask earlier that when you enjoy your hobbies and your personal like you collect different weapons and stuff. You
Definitely.
know, do you go with a friend to a hiking trail and you guys both practice, or do you just get this enjoyment by yourself?
Mm.
Um, you know, uh,
Yeah, I mean, for me too, like, doing hobbies, kind of weapons and stuff, like this is like a little bit of my hobby. But yeah, I think, sticking with a friend is much more enjoyable than,
Yeah.
just doing it yourself, right? Because it sometimes it gets old after a little while. Even for me too, I think, collecting weapons as a hobby, it's just a thing I do like, once or twice a year nowadays. I've had like hunting bows and like, martial arts stuff, I just do as exercise routine. But I think the things that stick with me is the things that I did with someone else. Like I'm playing table tennis nowadays. I don't know if you guys can see. I play table tennis nowadays, and it's a whole lot of fun because I'm doing it
Yeah,
with
man.
my friends nowadays. So that
Yes.
kind of sticks. That kind of sticks.
um, so you said that you listen to audiobooks. Is
Yeah.
it easier to listen to audiobooks than reading actual books, or how is that?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. It depends. But audiobooks, like, they're like you can speed it up, so it's like 2 times as fast, and you can read it really fast. But I learned speed reading by myself. So
Wow.
this is a book I'm reading nowadays, like 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, and the way I read it nowadays is I get like certain thing I can point, and I read like this. I kind of use a pencil to trace where I'm reading, and I can read like really fast. So it
Wow.
depends. If you want to
Wow.
sleep while reading, uh, audiobooks is the way to go. If you can't sleep at night and you get bored really easily, audiobooks, that's going to be good. But if you want to like have information crammed into you really fast, I think speed reading with your eyes is a little bit faster. Mhm.
And it comes with practice, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a
You should
practice.
chance.
practice on it.
I actually kind of torrented a speed reading course actually. I don't know if I can say it here. I hope it's not illegal, but
You can
yeah,
cut it out, that part of the video.
I'm gonna cut out that part.
Yeah, better kind.
Man, the internet, man, the internet. Oh. So Farron, can you talk about a little bit more about your passions or hobbies, or like how are you going with your challenge right now?
Oh, I'm actually going well with my challenge. I just actually posted my day 19 post in my blog. If you really want to read it, actually. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
nice, nice.
I actually like
Mhm.
my passion is like actually almost the same with Jake. Like I almost have no passion, but I'm just thinking like my passion could be something like writing or something like learning about medicine. Like because I need to, and I don't know what to I don't know what to say actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I saw your blogs, and I think you're a pretty good writer.
no, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But
So,
I just realized that uh, I really want to. I really always want to write better, more and more. But somehow I keep procrastinating. I somehow delayed my passion, delayed my writing. Like, okay, I want to write about this, but in the end, I didn't write. I forgot several things that
mhm.
matters. But what I want to say next?
It's pretty hard. I mean, like
Like, you know,
sticking to the routine and stuff,
yeah,
right?
sticking to the routine is actually hard for me. And I used to do that actually. Like, you know, I kind of feel like I get like some, you know, problems with my, you know, with my discipline. Like, you know,
Uh,
and also the same thing. I kind of think like it's actually like also with porn, with my porn addictions.
hmm.
Like, you know, it really like, you know, makes you really really dumb as well.
Hmm.
I
Because
just think
it's
like
you lose focus in the middle
you
later
lose
on, right?
focus, like losing focus, concentrations. Like, you
Hmm.
know, this is why like, you know, but yeah, this is why I cannot stay with my patient, and I just feel like during these challenges, I feel better. I feel a bit better focus, concentrations, stuff like that. That's what I think I want to say.
Nice, nice. So, it's great. You're feeling the improvement while you're doing the challenge.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the improvement is
mhm.
really crazy.
Yeah, so me too. I think it was in the beginning, I felt kind of like, I feel good, I feel that, oh man, the next day, I focused on my goals, and after, it kind of feels, I don't know, like a little bit of warmth inside
Yeah,
me.
one.
I wonder if you guys can, relate with me on that. After I finish all my goals for today, I slept, the day I want, I wake up the time I want. It's like the perfect ideal day. I've run through that perfect ideal day
Yeah,
once.
man.
Yeah, and uh, I
Do you
think
just
that
plan it out in your head first and then
mhm,
proceed with your day, or like the night before?
like the night before, right? So you ask, like, if I write down my schedule or something the day before.
Yeah, like my friend talks about how he imagines um, what he's gonna do during a day. You know, everything is planned out in his head.
Mhm,
And at night he kind of evaluates what happened during the day and
mhm.
um,
Yeah,
kind of like that. But I would assume you'd probably set goals before you start your day, right?
Oh yeah, kind of. So where's my journal? Oh, here it is. So, not normally what I do is, like, I have, like, I wonder if you guys see, I have like my big rocks, and I have like my small sand stuff, and I kind of write down like today list. I have, like, man, my handwriting sucks, but
it's fine.
that is.
No,
It's not for us actually. Like, it's just for you.
Yeah, this is like my today list, what I gotta do today. If I finish it off, it's all right. And I have, like, during the whole week, I have things I have to really do that are really important. So I call them my big rocks. And there's stuff I want to do as a hobby. I want to, watch some TV shows. I want to, meet my girlfriend, stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
kind of like hobby, and for, like, things I want to do during the week. And I gotta write down my big rocks first to, like, put the sand in between. This concept is also in Seven Habits of the Highly Effective People. If you get a jar and a container and you put in, like, all the sand first, if you put in all the sand in the jar first and then the big rocks, it doesn't fit. But if you fit in all the big rocks first and put the sand in between the big rocks, it all fits together. So you can do a lot more hobbies and things you want to do at the same time. The important things, if you set your big important things first. So that's kind of like the way I set in my schedule nowadays. Nowadays, pretty much.
oh yeah,
that's a good point.
that's a good
In
choice.
your daily routine,
Mhm.
I was gonna ask, what do you do normally? For example, I wake up and eat some breakfast, and then go to the gym. Sometimes I skip, but um, and then do homework. I do a lot of homework. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I was wondering, how's your daily routine?
My daily routine, right? So, nowadays, like, the weekends and the weekdays are different, but, a day like today, it's like Sunday, right? So, pretty much in the morning, Sundays, I normally do a little bit of a workout in the morning. I do a little bit of a walk, and then I don't pretty much stay at home. I go to a cafe, as soon as I have breakfast, it's like a public space. I have like my cup of coffee, and then there's internet connection there. There's people all around me, so the environment is where I cannot watch porn at all. And I get a lot of stuff done there. I get a lot of productivity.
Yeah, man.
And normally, after around 4 or 5 p.m., I meet my friends, mingle then. But during the weekdays, pretty much I go to work after breakfast. And then at 9 p.m. I have my workout. And I pretty much go to sleep around 12 or 1 p.m. So that's kind of like, what I do there. So most of my days are filled with work, pretty much. It's like busy all the time. Yeah. hmm
And
So,
do you have friends that also are in this challenge that you see from
mhm.
day to day?
People I meet face to face, not really. They're not too much on the challenge. But most of them are people I work with, kind of like we program together, we try to build things together. I'm in this government sponsorship for trying to build businesses and stuff like that. So that's kind of something I'm in right now. So mostly what they do is like play table tennis with me. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
That's great. I'm trying to get an internship also, trying to get
Wow.
some company.
Wow.
Awesome.
I've
Awesome.
been trying to apply. It's nice to have in-field experience and
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
helps you
Yes,
get a job.
hmm
definitely.
Yeah, I remember my first internship. I was doing international sales for a electronics company. That was pretty interesting. Having experience, I think it helps either way. So, and Farhan, can you tell us a little bit about your day?
Yeah. I feel like, my day, like, when I wake up
hmm
always at 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. because,
hmm
like, I need to go do morning prayer
hmm
and stuff like that. I need to pray first, like on in the morning,
hmm
and then I started campus activity around 8 to 3 p.m. Like,
Okay.
8 to 3. It actually depends, like, maybe it's like 8 to 12 a.m.,
hmm
8 to 1 p.m. It depends actually.
hmm
And sometimes, like, at 3 until 5 p.m.,
hmm
I take a nap. I took a nap, or maybe I do workout. It depends actually. It depends on my mood, the mood or the situations out there.
hmm
But sometimes I used to take a nap because, like, sometimes I used to take a nap because, like, if you have, like, if you take a nap, you can sleep later because, like, I really want to at night. I always learn. I want to learn stuff.
hmm
Some I
Read
want
some
to
books, right?
learn,
hmm
do homework, like, do some homework and stuff like that. Prepare for the lectures, stuff like that.
hmm
Actually, if I didn't take a nap, I sometimes feel easy to sleep. Like, I mean, like, it's actually bad. Like, I sometimes sleep at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and I woke up at 12,
hmm
and I cannot sleep anymore until that.
Yeah.
This is why I took a nap at 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then at 8 p.m., like, I learn, like, I learn sometimes, like, it depends actually. I do my homework.
hmm
That's my day. Like,
Ah, cool,
that's
cool.
my day. Like,
Nice.
that's a usual day actually. Not
Awesome.
that unique actually.
No problem, no problem. So, yeah, I think, we have like certain ideal days we want to have, right?
Yeah, man.
I think it was
Exactly.
Frank Kern. Frank Kern kind of talks about this. I think it was with Tony Robbins or something. It was like in a YouTube video, and he says, always try to write down your ideal day somewhere. Even if you can't follow the day every day, try to see, put it in paper and then try to mimic it as close as possible. And I know like my perfect day for me will be, I get finished all my work at 3 p.m. and then I can rest, during like to 3 to 7, have dinner and like sleep at 10 or something. And
Yeah.
Wake up the next day refreshed. That would be my ideal day, but
Yeah, man.
ideal and reality is kind of different for me. So much work, man. Ah, so exhausted. But
Mm.
it was nice talking with you guys, man. It was nice.
Yeah.
And any like other words you guys wanna say in the video?
Um, Farhan, I had a question. Uh, uh, how do you manage to wake up so early? Do you go to
Oh
sleep
yeah, definitely.
extra early, or how does that work?
Hmm.
No, maybe like because I used to, like actually like I'm a Muslim first. I have to tell you, so I'm a Muslim, and in a Muslim there's like in our religion there is like a morning prayer. Like you have to wake up at 5 a.m.
Oh
so
yeah, I
you can
remember.
pray. You can do some prayers you can do prayer in the morning. If you wake up at 6 at 7, you will be messed up. And second thing is like because of my my schedule, like I have a like I started like I have a lesson at 7, often
Mhm.
7 or 8. If I
Wow,
didn't
really
wake
early.
up at, yeah, I should wake up at 5. I mean, like, it's like a usuality. It's like I used to wake up at 4:30 or 4:50. That's it actually.
Mm.
Just keep it usual. Just like just maybe the first trial is really hard. I remember the time like I switch myself, like I'm on holiday. I wake up at 5 or 6,
Hmm.
and then I have to switch myself like to 4:30 a.m. again. It's really hard, but if you keep on trying, if you keep on trying, motivated, I think it will be much better because like waking up in the morning really gives you some energy, some motivations to learn. You
Yeah.
make your brain feel fresh.
Hmm.
I think that's it. So yeah.
So you wake up at 4:30 and then don't go back to sleep, right? You do your prayer and then use rest of your time to like learn things and study and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, yes. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah, man. Like school starts really early for you med
7,
students there, I
8,
guess.
9, 7, 8 actually. Must say 7 or 8.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
my. Mhm. Cool, cool. Oh, that gotta be a lot of work for you, Farron. Man, awesome.
Nice.
Oh, and I think in Indonesia it's kind of late there, right? Like you got school tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But she's yeah, used to actually.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Oh, I think I gotta sleep too today, but it
Same.
was really awesome talking with you guys, man. We should
Yeah,
do
man.
this like next week
if
too.
I
if you get
hope.
a chance, Albert, maybe you
Uh-huh.
can share name of the books that you read. Maybe I can give it a try.
Yeah,
I know you
maybe.
mentioned this
Definitely.
one book by Tony Robbins.
Hmm.
What was the name again?
Oh yeah, I think it was let's see. What was like the book about that I talked about? I think it was some other author, maybe.
The one Tony Robbins book you like a lot that you mentioned.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
or is there more than one?
About habits or about like uh
I think it is about habits.
about habits. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. Anyway, there's like a lot of books. I mean, like Tony Robbins, he has like a book, Awaken the Giant Within. Some habit books like Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. That's like a really awesome book too. And Seven Habits by Stephen Covey. That this is like the Korean version of it. But Stephen Covey, Sean Covey, his son, also wrote Seven Habits for the Highly Effective Teens. So that's a pretty good book too. I'll put the links. Probably like in this video. I'll share the video with you guys in our like what is it? KIK app, I think, right? KIK.
Yeah.
Yeah. KIK. Okay.
Maybe
Man,
WhatsApp also. WhatsApp maybe WhatsApp.
yeah,
You can
WhatsApp
share
too.
also.
WhatsApp. KIK. I never heard about KIK before. It's like the
Same.
first time. Like,
Actually, the same thing also with me.
yeah, I know. Like KIK, is it a Canadian company? I'm not sure. Hmm.
I'm not sure either,
Yeah.
but it just helps you keep your privacy. You know, if people are not comfortable sharing their phone number and WhatsApp, because WhatsApp
Hmm.
uses your actual phone number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess Kayak is nicer for some people, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree also.
Yeah, people don't want to, show their phone numbers, weird spam stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
man.
so, my app too, we only get emails, and the emails is not shown to anyone, right?
Yeah.
So,
No?
I'm gonna make my like messaging faster, for Battle Goal, and also make group chats, so we can like have like little groups for people you wanna share with, maybe different languages. We don't have a Indonesian room yet. I'll
Yeah.
build that in.
Later, I think.
Later
But
on.
actually, there are lots of Indonesian users I see from this
Yeah,
Battle Go.
exactly.
I just followed that 3 people from Indonesia in that
Oh,
applications.
nice. Can you like help us with like translation of a couple of the buttons in Indonesian?
What?
Is it translating the app in Indonesian? Like, I think there's like 12 buttons. Like, maybe you can help me out with
Maybe I
if you
will
have the
help
time.
later.
Thanks, man. Thanks. There's a guy who wants to help with a Chinese version of the app too. So
Yeah,
yeah, we can kind of help each other in that.
Singapore guy.
Mhm. Awesome, awesome. And I'll let you guys know when the update is up. I might, try. It might be a different URL. Battle Goal Season 2.
What did you
Maybe
say?
gonna make like a separate app for that. You know, but I'll let you guys know when it's up. And
That
thanks for
sounds good,
coming by,
man.
man.
I appreciate all you guys making this hangout possible. Very useful, I think.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, man. Thanks for helping out, Jake and Farron.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
man.
awesome hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when there's more hangouts, please.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Let's try next week. Similar time. maybe
Yes.
maybe 9 a.m. if
I
you
think
guys are
9
okay.
a.m.
You guys okay with that?
I'm
9
okay with
a.m. New
everything.
York time?
Maybe 9 or 10 a.m. New York time, if it's okay with you guys.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, sounds good. Okay, cool. I'll let you guys know. Take care, guys.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, take care. Bye.